Undisputed.
Boston gets the band back together, and it looks like we have a series, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale here with Skip Bayless and a very comfortable Shannon Sharp. Hi, guys.
You know what? You got me.
Oh, hello.
You finally got one right. It is over. The Boston Celtics now advance to the NBA Finals. I want to congratulate you, and I want to congratulate Celtics Nation.
Why you do that?
Way to go.
Why
you got it. You got me. It's over.
I know what you're trying to do.
The show's over.
You trying to jinx
You know what?
them.
Let's let Jen do the show by herself.
He
Look,
tried
I'm out.
to jinx you, Celtics.
Yeah.
Don't buy him for 1 second. He's trying to jinx you.
Nope, I'm just telling the
You
truth.
picked the Heat at the beginning.
You got me. You got me. It's over. Well, you picked two teams who aren't even alive anymore.
Whoa. I got the Celtics.
Oh,
You got
now
the Heat.
you jumped on that bandwagon. Congratulations to you, Mr. Bandwagon.
I can't wait for today's show and to get y'all's takes because there is so much to unpack here. So let's start with that huge game, that dominating first half performance. Celtics beat the Heat last night, 127-102. That means this series is even one game apiece. Jimmy Butler scored 29 points in the loss. Jayson Tatum led Boston with 27. He also got some help from Marcus Smart and Al Horford. Welcome back, guys. They returned to the starting lineup after missing game one. Huge. Turns out the Defensive Player of the Year makes a difference, right? Mm-hmm. Shannon, what's the biggest reason you think the Celtics were able to pull off the win last night?
They were whole. They were full strength. You're missing two starting players. You're the Defensive Player of the Year. Your quarterback of your football team and Marcus Smart. And Al Horford is a big body. He's smart. He can defend the basketball. And Skip, when you get those guys back, and the way Marcus Smart was playing, he could have had a better game than that had he not looked like Russell Westbrook laying the ball up. I mean, the layups that I was like, bruh, you're an NBA point guard. You got to be able to lay those shots up. But Skip, when they're playing like they played last night, and I've always felt this, from their best five players, their best 6, 7 players are better than the Heat's. You look at JT, you look at Jaylen Brown, you look at Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and Robert Williams. But I like what Udoka did, Skip. And I tweeted this right before he did it. I said, I don't know if you can play Williams and Horford together unless you're going to take Al Horford and put him down on the block. Because Strus, one of those guys has got to chase Strus around on the wing. He inserted Grant Williams. They go on a 17-0 run. Now you got a guy, Skip. Now they can really space the floor. Not Marcus Smart. Now, anything Marcus Smart gives you over 12 points is an added bonus because I already know what he's going to give me on defense. He's Defensive Player of the Year. So I know he's going to lock it down there. Now you mean to tell me he's going to give me 24 points, Skip? He's going to dole out 12 assists? And they were perfect. I mean, the passes that he was making last night, and they were raining the threes, Skip. You could tell the way this game was going in the first quarter. You let somebody, what they make, 9 of 11, 9 of 10 three-point shots? They had it going. And you better be glad JT was in foul trouble early. He might have dropped a 40-piece on your dome.
But he didn't.
But that's okay.
Wait a second. How did Jimmy Butler outscore Jayson Tatum last night?
Because when you're down by 34, and he was very Prescottian. He was very Prescottian.
Really?
When you're down 30 and you get a bunch of buckets and you never get to score closer than 17, that's how you do it.
You guaranteed me that Jayson Tatum would outscore Jimmy Butler last night. He did not.
I asked you.
29-27.
I asked you, did you want that bet? You did not want that bet. I also told you, I said, I'm like a 6.5. I said, but if you tell me Al Horford and Marcus Smart, I'm a 9.5 on the win scale.
So you agree with me? This series is over.
Nope.
Well, that's what you just made the case of.
I picked the Celtics in 6. I'm going to stick with that.
The Heat are actually going to win another game?
They got to come back to Miami. It's not like you can win 3 games.
Did you watch what happened last night?
I did watch what happened. Why you do that? It's one game, Skip. That's why I wasn't. The first game, I wasn't. It's over. No. When Jayson Tatum is as efficient as he was, Skip, 27 points on 13 shots, and you get Jaylen Brown has 24 points on 17 shots, and Marcus Smart, and you get Al Horford, you get Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard took Tyler Hero and said, he's too small. Peyton Pritchard, the smallest man on the court, said somebody's too small for him. Skip, they're a very good team. They're better, and I knew the Celtics were good. We thought they were good, Skip, when they did what they did to Brooklyn. But when they went on the road, and they beat Milwaukee when I thought there was no chance in hell they could get this series back to Boston. And with the way they took them apart in Game 7, this is a team that could absolutely 1,000% win the championship. He got their work cut out for him. they're going to catch the Dickens going to Boston and trying to even this thing up. Because all they're hoping to skip is to steal
I'm
one.
not sure what the Dickens is, but I get what you're going. It's another one of those, I don't know what it means, but I get it.
I don't know where it came from.
All right, go ahead.
But with that being said, Skip, they have, I mean, you look at the way they can switch. When they put Grant Williams in the game, Skip, now they can switch everything. Because Skip, you know what Grant Williams kind of like a poor man's Draymond, because he can defend anybody, he can rebound, he can hit the three in those corner threes. Skip, I just go anytime he shoot a corner three, I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm automatically assuming it's good. And then you got Marcus Smart, so you got Grant Williams can play defense, Horford can play defense, Marcus Smart plays defense, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We saw the job that Tatum did on KD. So you got 5 guys. That's a very good defensive team and an outstanding offensive team. You in trouble. Hey, get them to 2 cases. We had 2 cases last night, right?
We did.
Okay.
You got them back.
No,
okay?
I got
back because I've been winning them right and left.
Oh,
but the point is, I think you just made the case that this is over. That's what you just said, and then you go back to, I got them in 6.
I got them in 6.
Well, why wouldn't you have them in 5?
Hold on, let me ask you a question. If they win, it's over. Regardless, 6, 7, it doesn't matter. I got the Celtics, you got the Heat. I'm still sticking with there's no reason to panic. It's one game. See, that's what you did. When they wanted Jimmy Butler, the Heat, you came out here, the Heat.
I think you just did that back to me.
No, I didn't.
When they're full strength, they're unbeatable. They can win the NBA championship.
I didn't say they're unbeatable.
Well, then why would this be 6 games? Are you kidding?
No, because I believe Miami will go. Skip, Miami is not going. Do you believe Miami, he's going to lose 3 games in a row? Because that's what it would take to get to 5. 3 in a row.
All I can say is I'm sticking with my pick. All I'm saying is, if Boston shoots threes the way Boston shot threes last night, you will be dead right. They will win this series in 5, and they will win the NBA championship game, maybe sweeping whoever gets out of the other series. I'm assuming it will be Golden State. But when you can make 9 of 11 threes in the first quarter, you realize that is the all-time Boston Celtic record, and that goes way, way, way back.
Yeah, they kind of got some history.
This is an original cornerstone NBA franchise of all the games they've ever played in the regular season or the postseason. The many memorable games going back to Mr. Russell's day in Boston. Again, there was no three-point shot in those days, but the point is, after all those Larry Bird games, all those championship games under Doc Rivers, they have never, ever gone 9 of 11. They've never made 9 threes in a first quarter of any game in the history of the Boston Celtics. If you're going to do that, you're going to win this game because you're going to shoot the life out of the home team and especially the home crowd.
Yes.
You're going to shoot them up, as in shut them up. They're going to go silent because they're going to be shell-shocked just the way the home team was shell-shocked last night.
Right.
And just to drive this home, could I just quickly show some of those out there in TV land who might not have seen the whole game or any of the game? Could we see the 9 threes in a row that the Boston Celtics made? And this is a team that quickly fell behind 18-8 to the home team, but it didn't matter because they are raining and draining threes. And here we go. Right off, we got Jaylen Brown's going to set the tempo. And I told you, he scares me more than any Boston Celtic, and he made 3 of these 9. And then there's Al Horford from the corner. They're still trailing at this point. And then there's your man, JT, and he swished that one as clean as you can swish it. And then guess who's back again? There's that man, Jaylen Brown.
That's when I said the Heat might be in trouble.
Well, and that's the go-ahead right there. That's the go-ahead 3 from Pritchard with 2:15 left in the first quarter. And then Marcus Smart gets into the act, and he made 5 of those.
Grant Williams.
And then Grant Williams gets in the act, and Grant Williams is about to get in the act again from the far corner. Kaboom. And here we go one last time, and it's my man, Jaylen Brown. And these are swishing. Look, like that is nothing but nylon, right? Like every shot they shot to me, it wasn't like they're sort of greasing them in or they're leaking them in or they're lucking them in. No, they are ripping the cords, man. They're just... And I said at the end of the first quarter, man, this looks like big trouble because the score at that point was 35-24 visiting team.
Right.
And it had been 18-8 home team. And I'm saying, look out below. Here we go. And the second quarter was more of the same. They didn't make 9 threes. They made 3. But then they just start running a layup line through everybody on the Miami Heat, and the score of the second quarter is 35-21. So the Heat scored 24 in the first quarter. They only scored 21 in the second quarter. And you want to talk about over? It was way over by halftime, because I told you that the night before, that remember the game before game one, remember at home Miami had gone on a 62-29 run, which is scary bad for your Boston Celtics.
Right.
Well, last night they completely reversed it. They won on it was a 61-27 run to the end of the half.
Right.
And then it got worse, because that run continued on until they went up by 34 in the fourth quarter. And would you believe that run from being down 10 early in the game was 111-67? 111-67. That's the run in Miami against the home team Heat. They got blown off the floor. They had not lost a playoff home game yet, and they didn't just lose this one.
They got blown out.
They got annihilated. As Jimmy Butler said, they tried to embarrass us, and they did embarrass you. Okay, I'm going to quickly read a quote. This is my tweet at the end of the night, which I quit tweeting at halftime because it was way over. But this is late in the second quarter, and this is what I tweeted just to drive home what I was seeing from my point of view, having picked the Heat. I said, Heat are scary bad tonight. No urgency, no